Are you a filthy f***ing casual? A dirty boy who plays games casually? Huh? Are you stinky? You stinky boy. You need to scrub up. This turned sexual very quickly.
I ain't your average sucker. I'm dead, just like disco. My bank account is 0, 0, 0. Oh no. I think I need a hero. I don't have no ego. Cause I'm spitting out. I was a teenage outlaw with no worries on my mind. And now I'm getting older. My heart is growing colder all the time.
I've been playing a brand new game, and I was lucky enough to get a beta key, or I went to a site and I applied for it, and they gave it to me, which is pretty cool because my stalker video did really well in views. The comment section's a nightmare. Anyway, today we're going to talk about Steel Hunters, a game for the filthy, stinky, no deodorant wearing casuals who like mech games. Also, it feels like Zoids. Like I said at the start, I'm not usually into mech games. I find them to be confusing, and my little brain struggles to comprehend the sheer level of bullshit that comes into the crafting and balancing and cost effectiveness with weight distribution and power to power cords. And I just want to play a mech game where I'm a big boy who gets to stomp on things and shoot at people. And that's what Steel Hunters is. Steel Hunters to me is probably the best example of a casual mech game. You get to play with mechs, you get to shoot guns, you get to upgrade some abilities, and you get to have perks. And that's it. You get into the arena, you shoot some people, you have a good time. Now, a small part of you are going to say, Rheezzy, why is the top of your case off? Quick answer to that. Second question might be, Rheezzy, why? What's your problem with mech games? Are you too stupid to just work out the basics? And these are all fair questions, right? I have no issue with you asking me these questions. So let's get into what the game is, as I fucked around to look too long. The gameplay loop, it's super duper simple. So sit down, shut up, and put on your finest dress, because I'm taking you to the ball. Choose a mech. You've got a good variety there. There's a few. You won't be able to buy a second one for a while, but the first one's pretty cool anyway. You know, you've got animal bots, a variety of unique builds. You've got essentially medium and close range hunters. Then you've got your long range, which are like in the meta. Who'd have thunk that standing off in the distance and shooting people with high caliber rifles was going to become meta? You're an idiot if you think it wasn't going to happen. Which ultimately, in the end, doesn't make a difference because there's a lot of close quarter fighting. So it's very easy to just get up close and just blah, blah, you know what I'm saying? You choose a loadout, which are basically perks for your guns. Each mech basically has their own series of weapons, medium, close, or long-range fighters. You basically go through and pick those once you've upgraded a couple of them. Your leveling up applies to both your account and leveling up each individual mech. And each mech has their own individual pilot with their own noises and talking points and all that kind of stuff. But I can't say I pay attention to it too much. I'll say that there's multiple game modes, because there is, but there is only one game mode that has players right now. And that's the only thing about having a beta key for a multiplayer game, is that there's just not many people to play with. You basically fight NPCs to get upgrades, and then you capture objectives to get upgrades, and you fight legendary NPCs to get legendary upgrades and abilities, and then you basically capture objectives, fight people for a set of objectives, destroy people for set objectives, and then you defend yourself against 5 other 2-man teams. Now, there are a few different maps, but most of them kind of have the same vibe. All of them have like tight corners and all of them have like wide open areas, but for the most part, they're all pretty much the same. There is difference in a couple of things. There's the desert map, which has wide open sandy place where, like I said, the meta snipers can absolutely slap your titties off. Considering that I play the Zoid that uses a shotgun, that's fun. The structures are a little bit different. They're all destructible. Sometimes you just want to jump on a structure, and this game lets you. You're going to get your same variety that you would usually get in any game, especially a game where you're playing as a mech, which is you're getting like your big water spaces, your open areas, your bridges, your rocks, your mountains, your hills, and basically you need to utilize your entire environment to really win games in this. And I've won games with lower energy mechs or people who are using new mechs, and I'm using the old one, and I'm still stomping nuts and farting on butts. Just by being able to utilize my environment effectively. NPCs are just mindless bots that kind of float around. If you run into scouts, they'll put up a cute little emoji face, and then you destroy them. For the most part, you could probably ignore NPCs. Basically, destroy a couple of NPCs, couple of guardians, get a couple of upgrades, head over to your first objective, and then kill the first team that jumps on top of it. That's what I would say you should do. Enemy players, like I said, have a variety of attacks. You've got to watch out for people using specific mechs in specific ways. There's scenarios where you'll get shot and then you'll look off into the distance and see that there's 2 sniper mechs. For me, I go, cool, I don't care about that. Do the objective best you can, get out of there. They're not gonna get up and close with you because they can't. Eventually cutting them off because that's the best way to do it. So that's Steel Hunters essentially. The game is fantastic. I'm honestly enjoying it as is. Like I said, I'm not getting many games, but that's because I'm in the Asia servers because I'm in Australia. And when you're in Australia, our player base, or the Oceanic, our player base is already pretty small. But during a beta situation, I can only get so many games playing against kind of the same people. You know, I got a free beta code and I know somebody's gonna be like, well, this is an objective review because you got a beta code. And it's like, well, yeah, to talk about like somebody I really love, which is Ranton, which is a sick reviewer who does a similar vibe to me, which they use a handy cam and he uses a lot of effects, and I don't do so much of that. And mine's more of walking around because my wife would not film me for more than 2 seconds, and I have a child now, so for some reason he gets priority over me. I'm on a budget, bro. This ain't my job. I need to get beta codes. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you go out there and give it a swing. I'm pretty sure it's going to be free anyway, so it's like, whatever. Thank you for checking out the video. Check out my Twitch. I do stream there sometimes. I'm usually a busy boy, and half the time I'm reviewing something, so usually I'll have a chat about some games I've been looking at recently. And anyway, appreciate you guys stopping by and saying hi. Subscribe, like, comment, all that messy shit, and I'll talk to have a chat with you.